Good afternoon, folks. It's been a busy and hectic week for me, but I really wanted to get a video out today. And what I really wanted to talk about, and I'm doing these series right now on relationship, is setting your boundaries up on a relationship. And this, when we're talking about boundaries, we're talking about what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. Some people, sometimes we'll call it red flags. Some people say things that deal breakers. And necessarily, I don't necessarily call things a deal breaker because really, when you're in a relationship with somebody who's just starting out, you've got to keep an open mind and see the bigger picture of things. But the things that are deal breakers for me is somebody like a heavy drinker or a heavy smoker, someone that just doesn't have a college degree, someone that is not being sincere. And as a psychologist, I can pretty well figure within 15, 20 minutes whether somebody's sincere or just giving me a bunch of malarkey. And malarkey means, they're just doing whatever they can to cater to whatever I say and they agree with it. And it has a tendency for me that I have a set of criterion that are important to me. For one, people have to be genuine. Number two, they have to be lifetime learners. Number three, they have to be easygoing and laid back. And number four, they have to be open-minded. And I know with that type of relationship, it's going to be more successful than if somebody is, like, for instance, closed-minded and there's no open way or no give way on things. The other thing is, since I'm in predominantly a female-oriented the health field, like I said, I'm a psychologist, and that tends to be more women. I need somebody that doesn't get jealous, and somebody that has a very good understanding who they are as a person and has a decent self-esteem. So, in essence, I know what that criteria what I look for. Now, as far as friends, that would be almost the same thing. I have this saying, and I have this belief that your personality is dictated or is the five closest people that are around you. So if you have people that are not, well, I've always said, not very ethical, or not straightforward, or not, or abusers, tendency are somewhere in that spectrum of things. That is where your personality is. So, for instance, I need somebody that, like I said, that's open-minded, has a positive attitude, and etc. as examples. A lot of people get themselves in a fix because they start dating somebody, they start having sex, and then what they realize is they're dating the wrong person. So I often tell people, and I had somebody reach out to me today that said something, and I wanted to ask me. I had a speak contest this morning, but they reached out to me when I was checking my emails and asked me a question. I said, I think you always have to start before you date somebody. You have to start as friends and then go from there. And I think that's a big issue there. And I think one reason is I think the divorce rate gets high because we're in this society that believes in instant gratification. And because of the instant gratification, we have to get what we want right now. And I have a saying too, come hell or high water. And I think this leads you down to what I call, again, another cliche, going down that rabbit hole. And once you go down that rabbit hole, God only knows where you end up. So the goal is to set those boundaries early in a relationship, but also remember you have to keep an open mind and not a closed mind. But setting the boundaries is a key to a successful relationship. That's even a personal relationship, a working relationship, and a friend relationship. If you have certain barriers, like for instance, example on myself, I'm in a professional field, work for a nonprofit, so I have to be careful who I put within that inner circle. I have what I call an inner circle, and then I have an outer circle. So in each cases, the inner circle, my criterion or my boundary acceptance is very, very narrow. In other words, I'm not gonna put up with the BS in the inner circle. And those are the people that I can trust. Now, the outer circle, as I call it, outer circle of friends, outer circle, I'm willing to be a little bit more leadway on that. But here again, folks, I've had people that are in the outer circle and work themselves into the inner circle of my friendship in my relationships. So I have a tendency to tell people, and I told 2 people last week that reached out to me about some things, that you can start people in your outer circle and kind of bring them into your inner circle of friends or inner circle of influence. And it all depends on, again, like I said, is boundaries and setting the proper boundaries. In other words, what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And you can't give leeway on that. And that's something, like I said, that I've learned over time. And it's something that helps my psyche as well. Because if something is out of whack, it throws the whole day out of whack. For instance, I didn't feel well this morning. I've been dealing with a sinus thing, and part of it is this up and down weather in the spring. But I had made a commitment to do this speech contest, and I was in bed, and I thought, oh, I really don't want to get up for this. And then I thought of what, and I had the big saying how that I have is, what would Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor and also a philosopher, say about this? And he says something about jump yourself out of bed, start the day, move forward, get things done. And so that's a it is a philosophy that I'm using lately, is that I jump out of bed, take on the day, and move forward on it. Because even through the day, you're going to have disappointments and you're going to have successes. And a lot of this boils down to what you do with your life as it all. And like I said, the thing that at this speech even I gave today is that I have to bring my A game, not just on Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursday. I bring my A game every day, 24 hours is 7. I'm like a Denny's. I'm open 24 hours, 7 days a week, bringing the A game to people. But some of this comes from Kobe Bryant as well, who also believed in you bring your A game 7 days a week. Anyway, folks, for those who watch the video till the end, I'm offering a free book. Just email me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. That's bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. And this will be a book called Empowerment and Change, absolutely free, for watching the whole aspect of my video. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good week. Feel free to reach out to me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. That's bthomasmillerpsych.com. And folks, bring your A game every day. Talk to you soon. Bye.